guys, Andrea Hardy from Ignite Nutrition here. I am hopping on to do my very first vlog. The reason for that is because April is IBS Awareness Month, and I thought the best way to share my story with you would be to connect through video. I do a ton of videos through Nutrition Academy, my online school. I do webinars, media appearances, live talks, but I have never done a vlog before. So I thought today would be a great day to do it. April is IBS Awareness Month. Over 13% of Canadians, we estimate about 13 to 20, have IBS. That is a ton of people. Yet at the same time, there is a lot of confusion around diagnosis, what IBS really is, management and treatment of IBS, and of course, there is a ton of stigma around it. We're slowly starting to discover how the brain and the gut talk to one another and what goes on in IBS. However, we don't know everything yet. As such, I found there is quite a lot of a stigma around IBS. A lot of my clients feel like they have a, well, I guess you have IBS diagnosis, and that IBS is something that's all in their head. IBS is not something that's all in your head. It's a very real condition that can be managed with proper nutrition, as well as making sure that all pillars of health are managed, especially in regards to stress management, as well as oftentimes medication management can even play a role. So what I wanted to do for the month of April is bring awareness about IBS. We want to remove the stigma. We want to start getting more research dollars for this condition that is so prevalent throughout Canada and North America, and really start to bring conversation around this topic in a positive way. And so I wanted to share with you my IBS story. When I started off as a dietitian, I found out I had IBS. I had a really bad gastrointestinal virus, and then after that, I developed IBS-D. Over time, it shifted more towards IBS-M. However, I was really looking for nutrition ways to manage my condition. So of course, like any good dietitian, I started to do my research and came across the low FODMAP diet. Now at the time, this was a relatively new intervention, and there was some research on it. However, there wasn't a ton of super great information, resources, all that sort of stuff. So it was something I figured out myself. And even someone with really great food knowledge, a passion for cooking, I found it so hard. So I implemented it in my own way, which is not how I actually teach my clients today. However, I removed the foods I thought were easiest to remove first, worked back from there, and then slowly reintroduced up to where I thought my symptoms were under the best control, but that I could still include those foods in small amounts. So now, over the last 7 years, there has been a ton more research in regards to the low FODMAP diet. And at Ignite, we take an approach that kind of looks holistically at your health. So we look at diet, we look at improving gut health, we look at the brain-gut connection and making sure that you're practicing mindfulness and reducing stress. And so I really think it's important that we start to look at how to manage this condition from a holistic view, as well as make sure that when you have an IBS diagnosis, that you're diagnosed confidently, as well as given options to manage your symptoms. I think that's where we see the biggest gap, because time to diagnosis from symptom onset currently is over 6 years. Guys, that's way too long. If you have gut symptoms, you need to get to your family doctor. We need to get comfortable talking about poop. I always say I talk about poop all day, but it makes people uncomfortable a lot of times. Healthcare professionals are trained to have those sensitive conversations, and we want to get comfortable talking about our gut symptoms. Don't dismiss them. If they're really impacting your quality of life, get to your family doctor and talk to them about what's going on. They're going to want to rule out other conditions, of course, because a lot of times symptoms of IBS can mimic other conditions. However, if you do get an IBS diagnosis, also make sure that you have the treatment options presented to you. So whether that's nutrition intervention, medication management, or discussion around managing stress and mental health. So, if you have IBS and you want to share your story, make sure you do so on social media this month. We're really bringing awareness to IBS, removing that stigma around IBS, telling people, you know, these are my symptoms, this is my experience, this is my success, and this is where I struggle. And that's going to help to make sure that we bring attention and the much needed research dollars to make sure that we are putting in the research that's needed into this really debilitating condition that affects almost 1/5 of Canadians. That is a lot of people, guys. If you want to share your story, make sure you use the hashtag IBS Awareness Month or hashtag I Believe in Your Story. The amazing Kate Scarlotta, an IBS dietitian from the States, created a movement around this for IBS Awareness Month where people can share their stories and help to reduce the stigma around IBS. If you have a specific IBS question you want answered, make sure you attend my Ask a Dietitian session. So I host a Facebook Live every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. MST. If you can't make it, you can always watch the replay. And if you have a question, shoot me an email or private message me or join my mailing list. And you'll have a chance to ask me anything you'd like. So April, we're all going to focus on IBS awareness, functional gut disorders, and really bringing attention to that. So if you have a question, make sure you ask me. And of course, hop over to Facebook, search Ignite Nutrition Inc., like my page so you get all the updates, and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Andrea Hardy RD. I'm really excited to be bringing you my best IBS tips, tons of information on awareness around IBS during the month of April, and really help to reduce that stigma and bring knowledge to the public as well as healthcare practitioners. So be sure you follow me on social media, and I'll be so excited to be sharing all this great information throughout the month of April. I hope to see you guys on social media. Make sure you engage in the conversation and ask me a question if you have it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.